Since I know that I had to finish school to graduate, and JMG for me was just a place that I should start, because it's from there that I found more opportunities until now. In high school, we learned the basic. Yes, like how to prepare for an interview, how to look for a job, even just how to write your resume, all those stuff that I think it was meaningful, that I didn't know about when I first arrived in the USA, that I started to grow more in seeing as if it's a right tool for me to start life after graduation from high school.
The program I ran at JMG at Lewiston Regional Technical Center was housed in the vocational center. I do remember the day I met him because he was with a bunch of other students who, it was their first year as high school students in America. And he was excited to learn the things that we do in JMG, like signatures, like how do you answer questions in an interview? What kind of attire should you wear when you're interviewing? But moreover, what I always knew was interesting about Arsene was he took every single opportunity that was given to him.
I got a call from his specialist, Michelle Bourne, saying that I have this individual looking to come to USM, and I think he'd be a good fit for the program. So USM has 3 campuses, and one of them has to be up at Lewiston. So I made a day to go up to Lewiston, and Arsene didn't have a ride or transportation, so I met him up at the public library of Lewiston, and we found a corner in the corner of the room and chatted for a while and exchanged our contact information and set up our next meeting that we'd have when he got on campus, and we kind of went from there.
And then I met him again in USM, and then I know his office, and that's where I was also studying, just close by. There was like a room that he was keeping furnished and then supplied with all the food, the coffee and stuff. I had everything for me not to feel uncomfortable.
Arsene, like a lot of students, was facing outside influences, outside of distractions, outside just life days, things that happen to get in the way, and it affected his academics. He was struggling, and it was hard to see somebody that was trying and putting in so much effort and overcoming all these other obstacles, but he couldn't get that next step. I realized that USM probably wasn't the right fit for him at that particular time, and I reached out to say an SMCC would be a good fit.
Because when I transitioned from Randy to Carlos, I was actually about to drop out of school because I couldn't make it to USM anymore. But Randy didn't just drop me. He was there, he called Carlos right in front of me, and then he handed me to Carlos. He was like, go to SMCC and start there, and maybe you can find your way back here. So I felt like that was the move for me to continue school.
I was actually introduced to Arsene through Randy and Inosencio, our USM College Success Specialist, when it was decided that Arsene was going to come take some classes at SMCC. One thing great about Arsene is some students you see out the gate who might be a little more on the quiet or shy side, but you slowly see the development of the student in terms of their self-confidence, but also in terms of them advocating for themselves. And that's where I think we in JMG really try to kind of groom students to try to advocate for themselves, but also to try to problem solve. And along the way in JMG, in the College Success Programs, what we really try to do is encourage students to take risks. And if they stumble, we're gonna help you get back up, and we're gonna help you make the right choices.
And then when I went to SMCC, Carlos helped me. We were able to continue. He helped me with scholarships. So for me, financial issue wasn't an issue anymore. So he made it possible for me to have more credits than I needed to from SMCC and to transfer back to USM and to have my bachelor degree. It was amazing.
And even then, he came back to USM he had to finish some classes, but USM the schedule didn't fit for what he needed, so he took a class at Farmington. And so he was commuting from Lewiston to Farmington every single day, or twice a week, 3 days a week, something like that for his classes. Didn't have the finances for that, so we were able to get some gas gift cards to help him drive. It was the last class he needed to graduate, and we were not gonna let him get this far and not finish the job for him. So it was really great to see.
For me, seeing them in my wedding was just wow, because I wanted to see them because they've been there for me, and they've contributed to my success. right now if I was able to get married. Being able to finish school first, because school was the burden. I had to get this school out of the way first before I get married. And because they were the people that got used, the people that were there for me, so I think they should have honored the moment with me and then rejoiced with me.